What do we mean by decluttering windows? For explaining this, let's go to Settings and click Apps. Now here, I do not use the Xbox game bar and want to uninstall it, but the system doesn't allow me to uninstall it by default. In the same way, I do not use Cortana on this system of mine, but I cannot uninstall it by default. Same goes for the maps. All these are taking unnecessary resources on my system, but the system by default doesn't allow me to uninstall all these, but there is a way around. The way we can uninstall these unneeded software from our system is by using the PowerShell. But in this video we will use an already written PowerShell script. So, let's go to this shown URL of GitHub, from where we will download our required script. Let's wait for it to load. At this URL, you can find the open-sourced repositories for you to use. But in this case we are interested in this one. Now click on this PowerShell script and press the download button. Your system may warn you that you are downloading a potentially harmful file, but we are fine with it. Let's allow it to be kept. Now that we have downloaded the script, which by default is downloaded into the Downloads folder. For running it, let's launch the PowerShell. For this, let's click on the Start button and start typing on the keyboard. Type PowerShell. You may find different options here, but we are interested in the simple shell. Keep in mind that for running our script we need to launch the PowerShell as an administrator. Let's resize the window to a more or less manageable size for working in focus. At present, we are in the default system directory. For accessing our script in the Downloads folder we can use the cd command, which stands for Change Directory, followed by the path to our Downloads folder. Keep in mind that at any time you can press the Tab key, and the shell will try to auto-complete your typing. Now that we are in the Downloads directory, let's use the directory command to see the contents in the folder. As a side note, after each command press Enter for it to execute. Here we have our script that we downloaded. Let's type its name using auto-completion and press Enter. The shell declines to execute our script and tries to help us by giving information. The problem lies with the execution policy. Let's use the get execution policy command with the list switch to see our current policy. In the current state we have an undefined execution policy which doesn't allow executing any scripts, so we need to update the policy for it to work. We can simply use the set execution policy command with an execution policy switch and unrestricted parameter to allow executing scripts. It would ask for your confirmation. Just type Y for yes and press Enter. As of now, we have updated the execution policy. So, we can try to execute the script once again. This time it doesn't complain. To execute it once, type R and press Enter. Voila! The script has started removing our unneeded bits of software one by one. Once the scripted name of software is not found, it may report an error, but continue removing the next software as per the script. So, for now, let's keep an eye on the output messages, as the script removes already defined softwares from our system, as it may take a while to complete. In the meantime, let's enjoy some music. Now that we have completed the removal part, it is best practice to revert the execution policy. As a reminder, we can use the get execution policy with the list switch to see the currently active execution policy. To revert, we can use the set execution policy command with the execution policy switch and the parameter as undefined to revert it back to the original. Let's confirm and allow the execution policy change. It's always a good security practice to check whether we have correctly set the policy as desired, so as to keep the attack surface minimal. Now we are done with it, so we can exit the shell. Now to verify that we have successfully removed the pieces of software, we can again go to Settings and Apps. We can verify here that Cortana is not present in this list of apps, nor the other apps that we have successfully removed from our system. But, before we finish up this video, I'd like to show a bit about what is written in the script that we have just executed with the PowerShell for removing all these apps. Right-click on the script and select the Edit option. It opens up the script in PowerShell ISE by default. As the script is a very simple text file with a few special notations. For the first-timers, just consider that there is a list of names of software that we want to remove from our system automatically. This is important for you. If you want to keep some software, you can place a hash or pound symbol before its name to comment the line containing the name. Do it before the first execution. Hope it was useful for you.